Hey guys.
Alright, folks, we're here today to check out the band that won the Patreon poll of the week, and they beat none other than Nightwish by 50% more of votes. That's incredible.
That is incredible.
And you know what? I've never heard of this band before. Ad Infinitum with the song Upside Down, their latest video track. I'm super excited to check this out, but I was blown away.
That they beat Nightwish.
Yeah, I thought when I put the list together on the Patreon poll that Nightwish was going to win by a landslide.
You thought you were really making the list of who's going to finish second.
Technically, yes, but I was shocked, but happy.
Yeah.
But happy that we're going down this road. All right, so you're excited to check this out?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Melissa and the gang has in store for us.
Are you feeling alone as the pages burn? All is set in stone. Hope is fading away. Now the tables turn, so you turn and pray. A sad illusion, the taste of a lie. In your delusion, nowhere to hide. But tell me why you swim against the tides. Upside down, you fool yourself and you hide in the skies. I see you now. Drop that crown, you burn the bridges, get ready to die. Are you still feeling alive? Now your world's been turned upside down. How does it feel to be mad at the simple fact that you're born to die? In your reality, cold as the vine. Your head is high and close to the sky. So tell me why your crown is falling down. Upside down, you fool yourself and you hide in the skies. I see you now. Drop that crown, you burn the bridges, get ready to die. Watch out, poisoned by greed and denial. You are forsaken in the fight of your demise. Upside down, you fool yourself and you hide in the skies. I see you now. Drop that crown, you burn the bridges, get ready to die. Upside down, you fool yourself and you hide in the skies. I see you now. Drop that crown, you burn the bridges, get ready to die. Ready to die. Upside down, you fool yourself and you hide in the skies. Oh, I see you now. Drop that crown, you burn the bridges, get ready to die.
Are we done? Just making sure. All right, we are. Because we've been tricked before. All right, your thoughts first. On the track that won the Patreon poll of the week, beating none other than Nightwish.
I mean, it beat it for, I'm guessing, a good reason. We haven't...
Well, the Nightwish was not a new song.
Yeah.
It was Noise.
Oh,
but
okay.
it was like a live in-studio performance, part of their live stream.
Okay.
So,
So-
it's
so-
not like it's a brand
You know
new
what?
track. You know
so
what I mean?
so it beat Nightwish for a good reason.
Yes.
Not only because...
This is new.
Not only because it's new, but some good shit.
All right.
And I gotta say, one of the things that did kind of catch me off guard a little bit was when the harsh vocals came in. Did you hear that horn in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that caught me a little bit because it became very like noticeable. Like you have to really not be thinking about
Those
it.
harsh vocals ruined my joke though, because I was gonna say, you know what this song needs?
But
I was gonna say some harsh vocals, but like now I can't say that anymore. But all right,
but it caught
say
me.
cowbell
They caught me off guard. A breakdown.
breakdown.
It caught me off guard because of how prominent it became. Like how much I could hear of it. Did I like it? It was out there. Like it wasn't.
What do you mean, the harsh vocals or the horn?
The horn.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm fully sold on the horn. Maybe not, because I was enjoying the harsh vocals so much. So the horn was kind of like the annoying itch you get that you can't really scratch it.
All right.
But who knows? Maybe a couple more listens and I'll become more me and the horn.
For me, it didn't bother me.
Well, I don't know. It's because I heard it so much.
Nah,
So but other than that,
I think you're putting too much weight in it. But anyways. Well, it's your opinion.
my opinion.
You're free to have one.
But other than that, I mean, the song was goated.
The song was incredible. Am I surprised with this track? Not really. I mean, if you've been
We know
following,
what to expect from them.
yeah, if you've been following the band or even Melissa's career, I mean, this song kind of falls in line with everything that we've heard from them. The interesting part about this song is that it has a little bit more of a pep in its step. It has a little bit more of a bright side to it. It has a little bit more of a Camelot vibe than perhaps all of the
chorus.
yeah. No, and even with the harsh vocals, adding the harsh vocals to it, it kind of reminded me a little bit of that, sprinkled in with some amaranth in it. So because it's very popish.
Yeah.
I think more perhaps than any of the songs that they've released in the two previous records. It's just it has a lot of pop not just pop, but pop electronic elements to it. It's undeniable, but her voice is kind of what sells you on everything else that's put together. Because it's not a heavy track. I enjoy the solo. I thought the solo was really interesting. The song kind of needed something like that to not be 100% pop track or pop rock or whatever the hell you wanna categorize it as. So it really needed the solo to kind of bring a little bit of metal into the song or bring a little bit of more rock into the song, so it's not like overly synthesized through and through. The harsh vocals also helped with that. I think if they were not there, I didn't want too much of it, but I wanted exactly what I got. Because if they're not there once again with that over synthesized sound throughout, the electronic sound throughout, you start to lose a little bit of the edge. And if you still want to be in that hard rock, metal category, whatever the hell people want to call it, I think you need something. And having the solo and having the harsh vocals, in my opinion, kind of allows the song to go almost completely off the rails. And I'm not saying off the rails in a bad sense. I'm not saying the song is like whatever. I'm saying off the rails in terms of going almost more into a pop world, electronic sounding world, almost a dance feel to it, but still come back into that rock, into that metal arena because of that solo and because of those harsh vocals. So it's a nice way of you let the horse loose, but then at the end of the night, you're able to corral it back again. And this song kind of has a little bit of that atmosphere of letting things loose a little bit more, like I said, a little bit more jovial, a little bit more popish and whatever, but then still corral it and allow the song to still have some heavier elements to it. So I like how everything was put together. But when it comes down to it, Ad Infinitum really lives off of Melissa's vocals.
Yeah.
That is the milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard. And all the ladies as well. So I just feel like this song, because of how light it is, how
much of her clean vocals you're getting.
The clean vocals really jump into the forefront because
Yeah.
you're able to just it's without being a stripped down track, because it's not acoustic, it's not a stripped down song, but without
It's more of the Camelot one was a good.
it's a very Camelotish like style track.
A popish feel when it comes to the chorus, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Very popish in the sound of pop music, but also in the sound of the pop you kind of get from it.
Yeah, like a beat.
Yeah, very upbeat. Which I feel.
But those elements allowed her voice to kind of be in the forefront. Like her vocals lead the track.
Those elements, her voice allowed those elements to really kind of push her up, because those elements
the pedestal.
They were the pedestal for her.
Yeah, and that's to me the winning formula for this song, is that you're creating elements. Like once again, you let the horses out, but then you bring them back into the barn. So those elements are there with the harsh vocals and the solo. but then you also want to get the most out of her vocal performance, and you want her to be in the forefront, you want her to shine, you want her to really lead the charges. You want the song to be hooky, to be popish, to be catchy, but you also want her voice to take charge and be the element that you're going to talk about, that you're going to be concentrating on, and everything else is in there just to allow her to do that. And this song really comes together that way, and it has elements that I haven't really seen, at least not in this format, from the two previous albums. And her vocals were phenomenal in both records. But in terms of what this track offers sound-wise, the vibe, the construction of the track, and how much her voice is in the forefront, almost feeling detached from everything else. It's like everything else is miles behind her, and she's just like leading the pack. If this was the Tour de France, she would be the yellow jersey, or whatever the fuck it is. The guy who wins the Tour de France wears the yellow jersey. Anyways, she would be Lance Armstrong, but with 0 testicles.
Oh, okay.
Well, he only has 1.
Yeah.
So she's kind of halfway there. So anyhow, that is how I see this song, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed her voice. I really enjoyed her vocals, and it allowed me to kind of like, because you know how I feel towards the synthesizers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. I just want to hear her.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter to me how you're gonna present it. So it definitely has less of a rock vibe to it, more of a almost, new wave of power metal, because a lot of power metal now sounds like this.
Yeah.
So it kind of, that's why I went with Camelot. So it kind of reminds me of a little bit of that. And because of everything that I just said, I really enjoyed it. I really like this track. And if the album is going to have this sort of vibe, atmosphere to it, it's going to be really upbeat. It's going to be fun to listen to.
But I think her voice is already fun to listen to. So when you put her in this popish, upbeat type music, it's always going to click.
Dude, you can put her in any music, it's gonna
click, yeah.
I mean, she can do a goth album, it's still gonna sound amazing. She could do like a doom record, it would sound amazing. She's one of those vocalists that you almost can't fail.
Yeah.
You can put her with any sound, and she's gonna find a way of getting the most out of that sound. So she really has an incredible voice. She's an incredible artist, and it's nice to see her grow from where she was when she started with Rage of Light to where she currently is now. So absolutely incredible to see Melissa doing big things. She's popping bottles. All right. On that note, you enjoyed it, right?
I enjoyed it.
Me too. All right. I want to thank everybody that voted on Patreon for making this the #1 voted video of the week. Once again, ahead of Nightwish. I mean, that's important.
That's very big.
We have to really stress that, because that's fucking important. It's not every day that you throw a poll together that includes a Nightwish video and that video finishes in 2nd place. So I just want to say that. So thank you to everybody that voted. Thank you for Melissa and the gang for putting this crazy song together. And we'll see you all at the next video.
See ya.